Cheekbone Beauty is an emerging startup that's rolling out sustainable beauty products. Jenn, you've had an extraordinary personal journey as a member of the indigenous community in Canada. How has your personal story shaped the mission of Cheekbone Beauty?
After a crazy dream back in January of 2015, I woke up and I was like, okay, how do I figure out how to make a lip gloss? And really, at the time, I was learning about my grandmother's experience in residential school and how that truly impacts the person that I had become. I woke up that night, grabbed my laptop, and started writing out what is the business plan or the foundations of the business plan today. And I wanted to create something, product, lip gloss, and figure out how I could give back or create a scholarship fund in honor of my grandmother, Emily Paul, who survived residential school. Our mission and vision is helping every Indigenous kid on the planet see and feel their value in the world while we're crafting these sustainable color cosmetics.
What so far has been the best example of this great impact you're having on Indigenous youth?
One story that really stands out was a mom of an adopted little girl. She was only 10. She wrote us after receiving our product. And on our postcard at that time, there was 5 Indigenous models on the front. And she said the little girl came home from school and was like, wow, Mom, they look like me. And she took that postcard and took it to bed with her that night. So I'm like, I guess I didn't realize how powerful and meaningful that was. But that when you're a little kid and you can see yourself, it's really important.
Mentors must have played a role along the way for you. What stands out for you as your best mentor experience with you as the mentee?
Still to this day, Doug Langmuir, who was a founder of Bite Beauty here in Canada, his experience, he founded Bite Beauty. He eventually sold it to Sephora. I used to be the type of person, quite honestly, that I felt like I could figure everything out on my own. But the more I've asked for help, Cheekbone is only what it is today because I actually have asked for more help.
Do you have advice for entrepreneurs that are going through personal struggles like you've been through or professional ones?
There is this crazy piece of pain in all of our lives that helps us keep pushing. I think that whole concept of just not giving up, because if you don't give up, then it technically cannot fail until you say it's over. So I think that idea of just pushing through all of those things and being really resourceful about not giving up on whatever the thing is that you're creating or making.
Do you have many mentors today helping you with Cheekbone?
People like Doug, and then our investment partners are great mentors. Believe it or not, my mom, who really was never an entrepreneur, but just the way her approach to life has been critical in how I operate as an entrepreneur.
The personal side of your journey, have you had mentors that have really had a great impact there?
Part of our brand story has become, unfortunately, the loss of my brother, BJ. And he took his own life just before I launched Cheekbone Beauty. But he was a mentor in the sense, when I look back now, that he had such a close connection. He grew up on our family's reservation. He is traditional Indigenous and had such a close connection to my family and our culture. And before he died, I spent so many hours asking him so many questions and talking about this brand, Cheekbone Beauty, that didn't yet exist. So a lot of his words and advice still run through my head, especially on the really hard days.
What can the stakeholders in the startup ecosystem and government do to bring more diversity into the community?
The best thing you could do is probably support. Like if you're in a startup community, support, embrace any brand that comes with a diverse story. Because the more that it's supported, the more it can grow. I think there's so many organizations that probably without their support, I don't know if I could have been able to take the brand where it is today.